All right, everyone, welcome here to a live Scrimcast where we have Donkey Kong on the Legion side going to be taking on Hex here on the Hellborn side. Hex will be playing with a ringer here as one of the players is missing for the match. Nede will be stepping in here for Hex. We will now go over the draft here. We have the bands, the blind bands already already gone through. We have the Ophelia, Sir Bensington, and the Magnus banned out here from the captain of Hex Znuki. The Ophelia, something that I believe Donkey Kong most recently ran, which I believe caught everyone by surprise. They ran a jungler. The Bensington and the Magnus, very
Someone will
popular
get
picks for
the
them.
axe.
Grimoire is banned. Four's team lost already.
Grimoire is going to be mutually banned here, so neither team can pick up the Grimoire, as was just stated by the resub. We have Draconis, Kinesis, and Lord Sulfuras going to be blind banned here by File from Donkey Kong. Nothing really too crazy there. The Lord Sulfuras, very powerful in the hands of Znuki. Very strong laner. The Draconis for obvious reasons. The Kinesis, forcing out the Magnus ban. Pretty annoying hero. So we're going to see the first pick Puppet Master come out. Arguably one of the strongest heroes currently in the pool. So he slips through the bans. They take that one immediately. We normally don't see carries picked up very early on in drafts, as they're very easy, or it's very easy for the opposing side to counter an early carry pick with 5, response picks. But Puppet Master, just being very strong right now, warrants a first pick material. So they will take the Puppet Master. Rhapsody and Kraken will be response picked up here by the side of Donkey Kong. So they will get their 2 picks out of the way now. They'll have to wait till the second pick phase to finish up their draft. But we're going to have the second and third pick from the side of Hex going to be the Monarch and the Pharaoh. So they're going to pick up an Initiator here, as well as the support for the Puppet Master. Been seeing a lot more Monarch lately. I feel like some of the EU teams are liking Monarch a lot lately, or a lot more lately, as they tend to like the more aggressive supports. We have not been seeing a whole lot of Moira first picks and stuff like that, but they will get their hands on the Monarch, so they have 3 picks so far. The second wave of bans already done. Now we have Pyromancer, Calamity, and Soul Reaper banned out here from Donkey Kong. They ban out some very strong laning cores to supplement the Puppet Master as a secondary core. Typically, when we see a Puppet Master, we do see him in a duo core, as he is not the hardest of carries, but he does scale very well. He does pair well with another semi carry in the draft, so they get rid of some of those strong laning ones that could potentially be played by Znuki, as this will most likely be Foz hero here on the Puppet Master carry. We see the Sandwraith, the Doctor Repulsor, and the Magebane bands from Znuki here of Hex. These are we'll call them the bread and butter Donkey Kong heroes. The Sandwraith, the Doctor Repulsor for Slaske, as well as Brobusk, who does occasionally play that carry role. But the Sandwraith, a very comfortable hero for Slaske. I think it's even one of his most played carries in tournament play. He plays a lot of Sandwraith, and very well. Same with the Doctor Repulsor, as they have already built a very early game lineup. The Magebane, I'm not too sure about the Magebane ban. That could lead me to believe they have something in mind. The Magebane ban I do feel is a little bit of a weak ban. So that one is a little bit puzzling to me. They're going to go ahead and pick up the Oogie with the Electrician here on the 3rd and 4th picks. So they do show their carry now. A lot of the Oogie counters or hard counters have been removed from the pool, being the Lord Sulfuras. Some could consider Mage Bane a counter carry to the Oogie. I, however, don't really see it that way, but there is no threat of the Mage Bane. I don't think they would pick up a Mage Bane with a Puppet Master, but they will most likely not pick up a Moira already with the Monarch, so the Oogie's looking really good right now. We see uh, the Gemini with the Tempest on the last two picks here for Hex, so they have completed their lineup now. They go with a secondary core. This will not be a position 1 uh, Puppet Master. It will be a position 1 Gemini and a position 2 Puppet Master. So they're going to go with a very farm heavy lineup. They put Snooki on a jungler. Well, actually, not certain yet if we're going to see it as a jungler, but with the Pharaoh picked up, I'm expecting this to be 4 cores on the side of Hex. So I am expecting this to be a jungling Tempest with Pharaoh in the offlane. Puppet looks like he will be going mid and Gemini to the short lane. The final pick of the draft was Keeper of the Forest, which I find very, very strange that Donkey Kong picks up a Keeper of the Forest, not because of the hero, but they picked it into a very early Monarch pick. And when you think about the Keeper route, it's a very, very strong team fighting tool, but the Monarch with the Cleansing Wind can remove the roots off of everybody very, very easily. And I do fear that that pick was a little bit preemptive. So we'll see how they choose to run the Keeper of the Forest. Both teams running some interesting style of lineups here. A very greedy lineup from the side of Hex, but at the same time we have 4 melees, and it looks like they will be playing more of a secondary support Keeper of the Forest, so it will be laning with the Oogie. When we have Rhapsody and Electrician in the mid lane, and Kraken going into that off lane, so already some funky stuff going on. Got Gemini and Monarch in the short lane going to be going up against that Kraken. More or less, we'll see the Gemini getting some good and early free farm. Tempest, he will be free in his own jungle. There is no blocked camps right now, no pressure coming out from the side of Donkey Kong. And we have Puppet Master going 1 versus 2 against Rhapsody and Electrician. So that's where there could be some weakness in Hex's laning phase. Is the Puppet Master going 2 versus 1? Very susceptible to lots of disable and lockdown there from the mid lane. We have Pharaoh going 1 versus 2 against the Oogie and the Keeper of the Forest. However, I feel like Pharaoh will get good experience down here, but once they get some levels on the Oogie and the Keeper, I think the Pharaoh will not be able to outrun or survive the auto attack roots from the Keeper on top of the Tarkwakes. We're going to see a root come out there from the Keeper. We'll see if Oogie decides to throw out any Tarkwakes. Looks like he's content. They don't want to make him burn that health potion just yet. So, the game is underway. We see Tempest picking up a Chalice. I wonder if he will go into the Astrolabe build with the Chalice. In the olden times when we would see Chalice Tempest, we would generally see it with an Astrolabe. He might look to pick up something like a Bottle. He already goes for the Meteor here, level 2, so he's going to be looking to focus on his farm. We see Monarch rotating into the mid lane here with Puppet Master. There's a lot of damage coming out onto the Electrician. It's not going to be enough for the Bloodlust kill. The Whiplash was not enough damage for a kill there, forcing back the Monarch as well. So the decision to rotate the Monarch here with the Puppet Master going to cause a lot of disruption here for that Electrician dual lane. Kraken versus Gemini. This will free up a lot of space for the Kraken to get some good early farm. And Gemini will do his best to contest and more or less get what he was hoping to get out of here, which was a really good start. But the fact that he has another core in his team means he doesn't need to be that 500-600 GPM early game carry, as they do have a Tempest to fall back on. Oof, speaking of Tempest, he is very low on HP. Monarch has left the mid lane to camp the bottom rune. This leaves Puppet very vulnerable here to some harass. Bot lane, we have Pharaoh. He's already hitting the level 3, 2 minutes in, so he's getting the levels that we talked about. Not getting too much creep farm, but once they get like the level 3s on Oogie and Keeper, I think the damage from the Tarkwakes and the the roots might start to pile up on the Pharaoh. He even has a TP, so he can TP out away from this. We'll see if he looks to do that or not. A lot of harass coming in though. So Tempest, how's he doing? He's getting close to level 5. Ooh, he has a stacked hard camp, so that's gonna hurt his minions quite a bit here. But once he kills this, he did pick up the bottle, so I was actually expecting, once I saw the chalice, I was expecting the bottle to perhaps be his follow-up. He's gonna hit the level 5 here from this camp, so he's doing really well. Level 5 at 3 minutes, very very good leveling on the Tempest. He does have a point in stun now. He's maxed out the elemental, so very standard skill build there. So how's Gemini doing? He is 295 against 245. It's 18 and 3 against 15 and 2. So he's doing very, very well in creep farm up here. Picks up the refreshing ornament and the iron shield. So it looks like Oogie, he will be building, I believe this will be that Ring of Sorcery. Mid lane, we almost see a kill on the Puppet Master. Monarch also forced back, so we have the 1-1-1 skill build from Electrician. Rhapsody, I believe. Oh, so he puts 2 points in the disco, 1 point in the staccato. Tempest is now level 6. We'll see when he decides to make a rotation. Looks like he got the rune from the top lane. Monarch gets the haste rune here, so Hex camping both the runes. They're doing a good job of rune control. There is no bottle on the Electrician, it looks like. So he's 14 and 6 against 16 and 9. So Puppet is farming very, very well in this mid lane. Tempest, he's in the area. We might see an Elemental Void, but not a whole lot of mana on the Gemini, so that could mean they don't want to go for a kill here. Might wait for Gemini to have more mana. Kraken is kind of tanky. We'll see if so he's going to use the Elemental Void here. Here comes the dog split, the double stun, the breast. That will be the bloodless kill. So great use of the hole there. File, I actually saw that on the ward, but he was not expecting Tempest to, I think, to go for that. So good bloodless kill there coming out. Tempest actually got credit for that one, so that's going to bump up his GPM quite well. And he's already got 1,200 gold saved up. Let's see, Puppet Show into Crippling Pollen here. Just doing some decent harass. They do not have a lot of burst damage on this lane, so they're pretty much just looking to get that early farm and shut down Electrician from having a good start. Well, Keeper has decided now that he will do some jungling, try to get his level 6 faster than just sitting with Oogie and doing some pulls. Oogie with the advantage here can do just fine against the Pharaoh. I think if Oogie hits some Tarquakes, he could actually kill the Pharaoh here. I don't know how comfortable Slaske is on the Oogie. It's a hero that I love to play, and I feel like he could definitely have killed Pharaoh there if he kind of went for some of those Tarquakes. As they do start to add up once you hit 2 or 3 of them in a row. We got level 8 on the Tempest now. I'm wondering if he's going to go for a portal key this game. The way he's saving up his gold, I want to believe he's going straight for that portal key. And we might see some early game solo holes or 2-man holes just for some kills. So Pharaoh continues to be kind of low here. He's got 14 charges on the power supply. A pretty slow start to this game, and I think that's more so due to the lineups. We talked about how Hex has a very greedy draft with lots of cores. Donkey Kong also kind of looking to be similarly greedy, but I don't feel like they have as much late game potential. So I think that once the mid game rolls around, we're gonna see a lot more action coming out from the side of Donkey Kong forcing the issue. So I do not think that they can go late game against a Tempest, Puppet, and a Gemini. So Pharaoh, he is still not doing all that well. 150 gold per minute against almost 400 from Oogie. Oogie's creep farm, 56 from Oogie. Oogie is more or less free farm. Here comes a root in the top lane. Gemini is going to get released the Kraken on with the Rhapsody Staccatos. They rotate 3 players up here. No vision from the side of Hex, so Gemini gets kind of surprised there in the top lane. They use a pair of ultimates there to bring him down. So I like that decision a lot from the side of Donkey Kong to recognize that there is not likely going to be any vision up here, as Monarch has been pretty focused on the mid lane. Here we're going to see a Voodoo Puppet come out. There's the strings from Puppet Master. Do they have the damage to bring him down? They're going to start focusing the Puppet now. And Electrician, he is just so damn tanky. He has level 3 electric shield. He's going to survive that. Walk it off like it was no big deal. And looks like he will shock himself back to base, where he will get some regen. I'm still very surprised that Oogie has not been able to get a kill here on the Pharaoh. We have ports coming in. Here comes the Tempest. Puts down the meteor with the Elemental Void. The port is coming in from Puppet Master. We might see a Puppet Show on top, and that will be a kill. So there is Zunuki showing off that 9-minute portal key on the Tempest. He throws out the solo hole there on the Ooga Booga. They bring him down. He remains the king of the GPM chart here at 465. And that will slow Uki down by a bit. So Hex takes a slight golden XP lead here. Kraken, he's doing pretty well. 300. He's essentially even with the Gemini due to that death. He's 320 gold per minute on the Kraken. He's got bottles, steam boots, power supply, iron shield. Doing very, very well. He's on his way to a like 15-minute portal key or so. Possibly earlier if he doesn't die and they get some towers. You're gonna see Rhapsody up here in the trees. I don't know if they spotted him out, but he's in a very cheeky spot here. Here comes the Crippling Pollen into the Twin Fangs. It does miss. Here comes the heal from Rhapsody. They release the Kraken, locking down Gemini. Will they be able to bring him down? There's the Tsunami Charge, and Gemini gets baited. A very patient play coming out from Donkey Kong. They might even go for more. The Staccato is down for another 6 seconds. Here comes Wrath of the Pharaoh, lining up onto 2. Tempest ports in with the Meteor. He does use the Glacial Blast on as well. Kraken, he's going to charge back to Pharaoh. They will get the kill, and will Kraken actually make the escape? Puppet Master from the flank, but here's the protective melody from Bunny Lover on that Rhapsody. Kraken going to hold his ground. They're going to turn it around onto Puppet Master. He will fall, but they do get the kills onto both the Kraken and the Monarch, so Tempest gets credit for that one. He will be a serial killer, but it is a hat-trick coming out for Kraken when it's all said and done. So some great plays coming out from both sides there, and Donkey Kong getting the better of that one as they now take a 1,600 gold lead as Oogie takes out the tower in the bottom lane. He's building toward that Gnome's Wisdom, which he just gets delivered. So 11-minute Mana Boots Gnome's Wisdom, and he will want to say, knowing Slash-K, he will most likely build into an Icon of the Goddess, and that will be when Donkey Kong will look to kind of try to steamroll this mid game here and try to push their advantage. But I'm expecting that Icon of the Goddess to come out as his next item. Here comes a charge from Kraken with some harass, but Keeper was not in range for a root. Does have the big root, the big boy root down for about another 45 seconds. So Gemini saying, I wonder what these Keeper minions are doing here, but he's going to get rooted anyway. But he doesn't care, he's just going to walk it off. Electrician, he's been pretty quiet this game. He's only on 280 gold per minute. He picks up the mana boots, so they have 2 sorcery boots on the team. Lots of mana to go around. Here comes a Crippling Pollen. Looks like Puppet Master thinking about going in, but Just going to be content with farming. We have a port coming in from the Tempest here. He has Elemental Void ready to go. He's going to blink in. He's going to catch both the Keeper of the Forest and the Electrician. Will Rhapsody be able to cancel it? He gets the Staccato out, but is it going to be too late? Here comes the puppet, the Voodoo Puppet with the strings and the show from Puppet Master. They do bring down the Electrician, so they get the 1 kill. Tempest is not done just yet. Ooga Booga is here. The Meteor is down. Here comes the Protective Melody from Rhapsody. He's going to get canceled here by the Crippling Pollen. The Root comes out from Keeper of the Forest, and Oogie, he's turning to this with the Primal Surge. The Tarquakes are down. One more. The auto attack. They will take out the Monarch. Tempest jumps back in on the back line to the Tempest, or the Keeper of the Forest, but there is no reveal, and now Tempest is in a very aggressive spot here. They get the kill onto Monarch as well as Pharaoh, and that will be 2 kills going the way of Donkey Kong in response for that lost Electrician. So the golden XP lead remains relatively the same. We're going to have Tempest actually pick up a mana ring here with some Striders, so he does end up getting some more build-up items following that portal key. His farm is very, very solid this game. We're going to see Donkey Kong group up here and take out that tier 1 tower, recognizing the ultimates are all down from the side of Hex. So Gemini, he picks up the early Astrolabe. We'll see if he looks to build into something like a Geometer's Bane. I'm expecting, with it being fall, that he will build into the Dawnbringer. And possibly a Shrunken Head. I would really like to see a Nullfire Blade this game going up against an Oogie and a Keeper and an Electrician. I think the mana burn from Nullfire would be really good, but I do think he will need a Shrunken Head with all the amount of magic damage there is. But we'll see what he decides to go for. He splits up here with the Doggos, gonna get the double stun. Here comes the Breaths. One more, he's gonna recombine. No, here comes the charge, but is it going to be enough? He gets the splash. Gemini is a bit too tanky. Do they have enough damage to bring down this Kraken? Helm of the Black Legion picked up by Philo. He is very tanky. And he kind of absorbs the damage from 3 heroes up here. So Donkey Kong building tanky on their heroes here with the Oogie picking up the glowstone towards his Icon of the Goddess now. Top lane, I missed that one, but Gemini goes down to release the Kraken. Looks like he got caught off guard there. And Keeper with Oogie, they push the tier 2 tower. And I want to say that Oogie, I believe he... Oh, I missed another kill in the mid lane. As we see Tempest using the hole there, he catches 2, it looks like. That was a level 2 Elemental Void. So he catches both the... my apologies for missing that kill, those 2 kills. But they did get the Electrician and the Keeper. I believe Keeper ported in to defend there. We're going to see Wrath of the Pharaoh, looks like missed at the last second to stop that TP from Oogie. So he goes to base, he breaks his mana ring into an icon, and he upgrades his red boots into a plated greaves. I'm a big fan of this. I think the plated greaves will make him really tanky against the Gemini's armor pen. And although they have a lot of magic, I do think the plated greaves will help him quite a lot to sustain himself. So this is the timing I was talking about, where Oogie gets the icon, and now this is Donkey Kong's time to kind of group up and take another tower fight. I think that they should group up with the Kraken up here and take out this tier 1 tower, and that should allow Kraken to pick up his portal key. And with the portal key and the icon finished in the next minute or 2, that will be a humongous advantage that they will have for taking a 5 versus 5 team fight. So Kraken already in a really good spot here. He's going to pick up the portal key now. So he's got Helm of the Black Legion with portal key. He is very, very farmed. Almost 500 gold per minute on the offlane Kraken this game. So Phile is playing very, very well. Puppet Master sitting on 2,000 gold. We could see something like a portal key picked up or an Elder Parasite. I do feel like they have a fair amount of initiation with the Pharaoh and the Tempest, but they could use some more damage with the Gemini and the Puppet, so I think we'll see the Shroud as he picks up the Broadsword. So they take out 2 towers in the top lane here with Keeper of the Forest leading the way with those minions. Where's Oogie? Oogie's right here. He's got another 1400 gold saved up. I think we could see the Frost Field plate picked up as his next item. And if he's able to get to that, I don't know if they'll be able to kill him. Electrician's going to eat a Wrath of the Pharaoh here on top of a Puppet Show. There's the Protective Melody. It's going to prevent a lot of damage, but Rhapsody might end up falling here as well. They're kind of sacrificing him, so both the Electrician and the Rhapsody just kind of get sacrificed. Um, Not really what Donkey Kong was looking for. I think the decision to go tier 3 here was a little bit preemptive. I think they wanted to group up and take this mid tower after that tier 2 tower top, and then possibly look towards some Kongors. But they decided to put some damage on the base. It cost them two lives, and that could be a little bit of a slip up here because that's going to open up the Kongor now for Hex. And I don't know if they know this is going on, but it looks like they have an idea. Oogie's in the area here with Keeper of the Forest, and the Kongor is getting kind of low. They should see the Oogie down here. The question is, are they willing to commit everything to Oogie with the support behind him? So Oogie, he's thinking about walking in. He's going to walk up. He's going to get metered. Here comes the Wrath of the Pharaoh into the Puppet Show. Is Oogie going to be able to hold his ground? He's getting bursted down, and the team support is not there. So Oogie going down very quickly. There's going to be a buyback on the Tempest as he did fall to the Kraken with that release, the Kraken being used. And the fight is not over just yet. Kraken is now in the fray. He's got Pharaoh on top of him. No, there is a wall of mummy up. Gemini in the background takes out Electrician. There's a buyback coming in from Oogie, but he has to run here from the tier 2 tower in the bot lane. Kraken is going to tsunami charge, but he gets held back by the strings. Gemini comes in with the Spin Fangs, and they take out the Kraken. So this fight is disastrous from Donkey Kong. But they're not done just yet. Oogie is here with a buyback. Is this going to be a dieback? The Meteor is down. There is no team support whatsoever for this Oogie. And he just ran in recklessly there. He is going to fall. And that is very unfortunate for Donkey Kong, as they were in a really comfortable position here. But a couple of decisions that they decided to make here in the last 2 minutes possibly going to cost them the game. They give a lot of momentum over to Hex with this greedy lineup. They get the Kongor secured. And, you know, with that team fight, you're talking about Tempest almost having a shrunken head. You have Pharaoh, who's 3/4 of the way to his Staff of the Master, and Puppet, who just completed his Shroud. So this is a big swing of momentum going the way of Hex, as they now take a 3,000 experience lead on top of a 2,000 gold lead. So not over by all means, but Oogie dying twice and using a buyback there, that is going to really hurt his momentum this game. He is now only level 12. He has no charges on the Icon of the Goddess, which he's had completed for about 4 minutes now. And we're going to see an Elemental Void solo hole coming out here on the Electrician. Gemini with the team support, they're going to jump in and take out that Electrician. And Electrician is the lowest gold per minute on his team as the mid laner. So it's just showing the tale of the game of how he has struggled going up against that Puppet Master lane. 0, 5, and 0 stat line, which is not something that we usually see from Proboss, because he's very, very consistent, usually. So the staff is going to be picked up here by Pharaoh. We have an Energizer picked up on Gemini. So he continues to go for those early game fighting items, which, to be honest, I'm a fan of. I don't know if he needed both an Astro and an Energizer this game, but it does give him lots of stats to work with, which bulks him up to be very, very tanky. I wonder if Pharaoh will upgrade staff to anyone. It could be a staff to Monarch or Tempest. I think they're both quite good this game. Especially since Monarch is being played against a Keeper. Very easy to get that removal of the root with the back end as well. The staff on Tempest is also quite good, as it would make his elementals do true damage, as well as reduce cooldown to 2 minutes on Hole, as well as make the meteor castable while using the Hole. So Tempest staff and Monarch staff, both very, very good. I do not think we will see a Gemini or a Puppet staff. Oh, there's the Firebrand on Gemini. Either a Dawnbringer or a Geobane, both solid options this game. Rather the Pharaoh going to hit the tree doggos there. Looks like they will try to get this tower denied. Meanwhile, in the top lane, they're mass TPing to the Gemini, but not able to get that catch that they were looking for. Kraken will TP here in the face of Puppet. Nice charge lined up. There's the dust as well. Oh boy, who's gonna go down first here? The Voodoo Puppet. Kraken is gonna chase the Puppet. Oh, and oh, big direct pathing jukes coming in from Ozov. Is he actually gonna? Oh my God, is he gonna actually pour down out? That was a crazy juke. Wow, big plays coming in from Oz up there on the Puppet to make that escape. That was a big play. Meanwhile, over here, Gemini's fighting the Electrician. Here's a grip on the Red Dog. The Cleansing Wind will remove that. Here comes... Whoa! That is in, boys! Wrath of the Pharaoh onto Busk. He might have sacrificed himself, but it looks like the team support gets here to tank the tower. Let's go. Big hook coming in from Pharaoh. So, a couple of back-to-back really nice plays coming in from Hex. They're going to open up the tier 3 tower push now as they take out the tier 2 tower. Donkey Kong was doing the Kongor, but it looks like they will have to stop that. Ooh, rather the Pharaoh misses. Here comes a charge from Kraken, but he is kind of in deep here by himself. We'll see if the team support gets here. Kraken is holding his ground. Here comes to release the Kraken onto Puppet, but there's no follow-up from his team. Everyone's just like, why are you going? And Oogie wasn't here. Very, very uncoordinated fights coming in from Donkey Kong. Hex now on a almost 6,000 gold and 8,000 experience lead. They got all the core items on the Tempest. They got almost the second core item on the Puppet, which I'm expecting to be a Shrunken Head. He's not going the Elder Parasite this game, which I think is completely fine as he's not the position 1 Puppet. Gemini, I'm still going to be interested to see what he goes for, but I think it will be the Dawnbringer. And I think if there wasn't a Monarch, he would go for the Geobane against the Keeper, but I think because he has a Monarch, he will be more comfortable going the Dawnbringer. Which I think he'll pick up the Ice Brand right now to bulk him up and give him more armor pen. But if he holds his gold till about 3,000, we might just see the Geometer's Bane. Oogie picks up an Acolyte Staff. This could be either a Sheepstick or a Frostfield Plate, but I do think it will be a Frostfield Plate. Although with the mutual ban by both sides to Grimoire, I think the Sheepstick is more enticing of a pickup. However, I do feel like having the Frostfield Plate would give him a lot of tankiness on top of that Keeper armor. Gemini does go for the Frostburn here. So I'm expecting the full Dawnbringer into possibly a Shrunken Head or a Nullfire Blade if he feels he doesn't need the Shrunken Head. So Kongor. Looks like Pharaoh not going to be able to snipe it out. Tempest is in position for a hole. It's Veiled Rotting up here. There's no team support though, so a little interesting decision here from Znuki. Looks like do they know that they're here? It's got Veiled Rot for another 13 seconds. So we got Donkey Kong grouped up as 5 here. There's no outer towers to take though. They have damage on the two side lane towers. It looks like they might be in desperation mode now. I feel like they feel forced to kind of end this game, which I do feel like they kind of missed their timing, and I feel like this will be their last stand kind of deal. If they can somehow manage to win this fight, then they can prolong the game. But I think if they lose this next team fight, that they will probably throw in the towel. They got the Frostfield plate on Oogie. Here comes Rather the Pharaoh onto Kraken. He's going to line up a wall here. Uh, Here comes the protected melody from Rhapsody, but I believe it got canceled immediately. At least the Kraken is down on the Puppet Master. Picks up the Hellflower, by the way. Pharaoh's going to get Chrysalis up. He will survive, and now Kraken did fall. Oogie is taking some heavy pressure. He's healing up with the Tarquakes with the Primal Surge. Is he going to be able to hold his ground? Gemini is in the fray. Oogie and Gemini are going at it, but Puppet Master is here as well. Here comes another Wrath of the Pharaoh with that staff. The Root from Keeper is going to lock everybody down, but the Oogie has fallen, and he, I don't think, has goal for a buyback. It's going to be a hat trick for Gemini. And I think that might have just done it. A big team fight coming in from Hex. That was without any buybacks. Uh, oh, wait a minute. Did Tempest buy back here? Tempest bought back at some point. Oh, it was actually earlier in the game. Okay. So, yeah, Hex takes a huge team fight. They kill everybody except for Keeper. And I think they only lost Pharaoh, and Pharaoh got two Wrath of the Pharaohs off in this team fight. He also staffed Tempest, so that was a pretty big fight. So Puppet, he did not go the Shrunken Head. He went for the Hellflower, an extra disable on their side. We have Invis on the Tempest. Here comes Puppet with the open, the Puppet Show, the stun into the Meteor. Here comes an Elemental Void, as that was not even used in the last team fight. It's going to lock down 2. They're going to get the second kill there. The concede vote comes out from Donkey Kong as 3 players have fallen. They do get the kill on to Gemini. Probusk finally gets a kill. Apparently it was a fake concede vote. Barbed Armor gets picked up on the Electrician. Oh, here comes Wrath of the Pharaoh. Is the Team Spark going to come in time? Here comes a Meteor down on the Oogie. The hits are coming in from Puppet Master. Pharaoh in the front lines. Oogie will fall. And it's a Waza Screamer coming out from Puppet Master as he's on that savage 6 streak now. 7, 1, and 12 stat line. The concede vote comes out, and Hex will take game number 1 here of the Scrim series between Hex and Donkey Kong. So, final thoughts on the game. Donkey Kong was looking really solid for about the first 14 minutes of the game, and the decision to push the base at the top lane, they lost 2 players, they lost a lot of momentum, and the decision to go uphill into Hex's Kong Pit, um, they took a horrendous team fight. They diebacked on their Oogie, and from there it was just Hex's game to kind of control, having the late game and the momentum with all their core items picked up. So kudos to Hex. They played this one very, very well. Um, Great Tempest play coming in from Snooki as he got that early portal key. He lined up a lot of solo elemental voids across the lanes, so he did a good job of using his ultimates and pushing towers. And they got pretty good farm on both the Gemini and the Puppet Master throughout the laning phase. So